UK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our featured group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide some great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yeah, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. Opting for the 6-iron.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Getting ready to play their third. Ooh, that almost went down. 7 feet to the cup. Ooh. And that should secure the par on this one. Starting the round at even par.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Wow, what happened there?
Not taking enough club to get it there.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
No green in red, but a chance to save their par. God, and that'll certainly help her chances here. Why not take another look at that effort?
I'm glad we get to see this again. This one should be practiced at home.
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4, elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
Look out world was his statement when he came out onto the Pro Tour, and we look back in the greatness in sports right across all sport in the world. Has one player or one athlete had a greater impact on their sport more than Tiger Woods did for golf?
I hate to say no, because I also look back at the sport, Luke, when Arnold Palmer came through. Good-looking fella, and just kind of came from a blue-collar background. And I kind of think that Arnold Palmer paved the way for a Tiger Woods then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, in the modern game, to be fair, and you look at every sport across the books, and I don't care whether you're talking about Tom Brady, LeBron James right now, I don't think you have a bigger player globally, with the exception of maybe Messi or Ronaldo, than Tiger Woods. I just think that from a global standpoint, Tiger Woods, whenever he shows his face anywhere, people lose their minds. Like, grown men lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away. I've seen it before, Luke, and I'll see it again, but it never seems to amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit. Like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I could tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be, and will forever be.
Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Gotta believe the wind affected the golf ball there.
Beautiful shot.
Chip in for birdie. That's always a nice feeling.
Well, I'd like to have one more look at that shot.
Yeah, they were looking at an up and down, but just down.
Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently one stroke better than her rival and playing partner today.
Okay, time to return to the action. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the fifth here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Here. Well, it looks like it's too much club on this one. Just a little off with the accuracy there, unable to find the green.
Needed to take a little less club on that approach.
Here's Brooke Henderson's next shot. Going with the pitching wedge here. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. And back to the course with the live action. And here we are with the third shot. Just 2 shots behind. pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Oh, that's too bad. Putting for a bogey. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The 6th hole at Riviera is one of the most famous par 3s on the West Coast, Rich. An absolute beauty.
It looks like a giant green donut with the bunker right in the center of the green, doesn't it? I love this hole.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Yeah, that one's looking good.
Wow, very aggressive play on this approach, putting some pressure on their rival Brooke Henderson.
And this putt to move into the top 5. And with that putt, she's bounced back immediately from the drop shot at the last. That also moves her into the top 5 for the tournament. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Second shot here on the 7th. Yeah, that was a safe play. And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd.
This one's tracking.
That will work. On a roll here with back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
She's in a share of 3rd place.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose-your-own-adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flagstick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left. Better be mindful of where that flagstick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
She's top quality player, this one. Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt.
They've got this putt to pull ahead of Brooke Henderson. This rivalry could get interesting here.
Okay, steady now. 4 feet to the cup. Solid par putt, that. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. This one looks to be slightly offline here. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently in 4th place.
Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Looking really good. Getting ready to play their third. 3 behind our leader. Well, that shows the hands of a surgeon, doesn't it?
My surgeon's hands were a little shaky. That's why I have the scar.
And it's time to recap that play.
Yeah, Seve would be envious of this one. What a chip in.
Time now to make the turn for home, Rich, and this is an exciting part of the championship. What are your thoughts on this performance?
Look, they're in the top 10, and they're actually making a really nice push up this leaderboard. Let's see how they play over this final 9 holes. Nothing as beautiful as a tiny fade.
Setting up to play the shot here from the greenside rough. A birdie putt awaits. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And that will take her to 5 under. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole.
Getting closer to that top spot on the leaderboard. This is getting interesting.
The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Going with the 5 wood.
That's definitely left of the green.
I know, Rich, that is a player after your heart.
That was very aggressive and very impressive. I got to say, looking to make the 2 and tie the lead.
Didn't quite get the approach close enough, so a long putt in front of them. Oh dear, time to get the chipper back out. Currently -5 in a share of second spot. How close was that to going down? Just a 4-footer remaining. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
Let's take a look at the current standings. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. Not quite sure about the strike on that one. This could be heading towards the rough. This would be a great up and down. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Well, I hope she makes this one, because it's for par. Well done. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. That's incredible. Well, that shot took some serious skill. And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Rich, the 13th hole, slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. If you find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the Barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Hope it gets a good kick to the left. That's just inside the range. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is downhill, can't be too bold.
That was a gallant attempt. Big putt for par coming up. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2-hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Going with the 7. Yeah, nicely played. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
And that's the line in the sand. Let's return to live play now. Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Putting for a par now. Currently 5 under for the round. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Opting for the 9-iron. That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Yeah, wind took that one offline in a hurry.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. His putt is of 9 feet.
On a nice line.
And with that, now at 5 under with a few holes to play.
And just a few holes remaining. Let's see what they can produce.
And Henny, what is she looking at here for this putt?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. The 16th at Riviera Ridge is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
Going with the 8-iron here. This is a good time to get hot with the tournament on the line. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Always rooting for this player, Luke. I hope this one goes.
Was on a good line. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Well hold. Let's move on. Currently 5 under for the event. The last genuine scoring 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. Yeah, well, it might not be on the green, but it's right up near the surface.
What a sensational play on this par 5 there, Luke.
This is Brooke Henderson. Oh, well played.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green.
Love watching this player around the greens.
She's in a share of second place.
Managing to chase down the leaders, closing that gap. Gotta like it.
One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome looking second. No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Well, they need to stick this close. A birdie would tie them for the lead and force a playoff. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
They're going with a bit more club here. Let's see if it was the right call.
Huge chip here. This would force a playoff. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And this putt is for a final score of 65. And with that putt, her event is over. Well, at the end of the day, there's no W in the event, but does that really matter when you come up against a player of the calibre of Brooke Henderson and beat her, Henny?
No, not at all, Luke. You have just beat a multiple major champion. Nothing matters anymore. Not your mum, not your dad, not your dog or your cat. Nothing matters. Not many people can boast about that. So, a great result overall and something to be celebrated.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. UK Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northern Shore Open is about to begin. I'm Lowkel alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi, Luke. I'm very happy to be out here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of 2 players that appear to have entered into this fantastic rivalry.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Collin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Collin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, he's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron player as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Collin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots. Oh, nice putt to make for a birdie.
And that should calm whatever nerves this player has. Nice opening hole.
Currently 1 under for the round. Now let's hear from our on-course reporter, John McCarthy, who I see is just rolling up his beach towel. Been striding the fairways here in Florida for the last couple of days leading up to the event. John, what's the Emery Beach Club all about?
Well, Luke, one thing it's about is it's about water. Water hazards will feature prominently on this course this week. The greens also very undulating. There are ridges, there are shelves, there are tiers. I hope the players have done their homework this week because these approach shots into these greens, they're always important, but especially so here at Emery Beach. Several holes feature one of Beamer's nemesis, the tiny bunker. The tiny bunker is in play this week, so you got to be careful off the tee as they seem to pop out where you least expect them. Beautiful Florida course, though. I will enjoy the scenery, and I hope the players will enjoy the challenge of Emery Beach Club this week.
Now over to Collin Morikawa.
He's 1 stroke behind his rival in this event.
Collin Morikawa setting up his shot. And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. She finds herself currently tied for second.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Teeing off here at the 3rd hole.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Time for the second shot into the 3rd. Oh, you beauty! An eagle!
Oh, that was a tasty little morsel, wasn't it?
And she's our leader.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Here they are, full of confidence on the next tee, coming off the eagle. And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 150 yards.
Range. And he's down there. You got a read?
She looks focused, guys. 23-footer, I think she likes it. She's got a great look at birdie here.
Ooh, right by the hole. 6 feet remaining to the cup.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And this one is for his par. Oh, just missed. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The 5th hole here at Emery Beach Golf Club is 172-yard par 3 from the back tees. Rich, your thoughts?
Look, the water on the left-hand side really is just there for decoration. Doesn't come into play. The difficult part, though, is this green sits well above the fairway there on the left-hand side. Most players are going to be bailing out, not wanting to go in that bunker to the right, but you miss it out to the left. You got a really challenging up and down.
Nice shot that. That should find the surface. Okay, that'll work. 14-footer. Oh, that's frustrating. Just 3 feet to the cup. This one's looking good. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Even for the day. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Just one off the lead after that hole. Oh, looking to make a statement here, going with driver off the tee. Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Few players in the history of the game have had a bigger impact so early in their career than Colin Morikawa, Rich. Some comparisons go as close to Tiger Woods.
As they should be currently right now with what he has done in the game so far in his young career. He's come out each and every week and put pressure on every single player because of his ball striking and because they know that there's no weaknesses in his game other than sometimes the putter, but when you hit it as good as he does, you're bound to make a putt now and again. And each and every week when he shows up, players on the driving range are looking at him going, okay, he's here. I got to have my A game.
Certainly feels like sky's the limit for Colin Morikawa.
2 major championships under his belt right now, surely more in his future.
That's disappointing.
Wanted to get it up to the hole, but was just unable to up that slope. Starts off on a good line.
And that's the right momentum. Back into top spot on the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here on the 7th. That'll flick a few of the leaves going through there. Oh, almost went in. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Oh, 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And with that, she'll move to 6 under par. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Well done.
Oh, that's going to add a little fuel to the fire of this group rivalry, guys. Massive putt.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Ooh, I always love these holes. Here we have a par 3.
Nice birdie at the last. Let's see what they can produce here.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. And that was a bit of a misfire.
What's a strange miss there. Look, they've been hitting the greens all day long.
Ooh, that almost went down. 8 feet to the cup.
Nice little par putt here.
Looks good off the blade. Yeah, you'll take that. Now 2 shots up after that one. We've arrived at a par 5. Oh, absolutely flushed. Lining up from about 230 yards here. Currently leading by 2. Going with the hybrid. Well, that's certainly showcasing all their talents there. That's impressive.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Come on, let's make this putt. It's for a share of 4th on the leaderboard. Oh, what a great stroke. Okay, let's get back to the action. Chance to move to 8 under here. Ooh. Putting for birdie here. She should be impressed with that. That's another putt that will build on her advantage. And that will move her to 7 under. Well, Rich, this is the pivotal final 9 coming up, and the players perfectly positioned. They've given themselves a chance.
Yeah, but I like the position. I like being out in front. That forces the other players to come catch you. I like their position. Not really what they were hoping for there.
Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
Oh, no. This is nasty. Just no. Wow, did this come out beautifully? That lie was just nasty. That's the best they could do from there.
She's got this to save par here. How did that miss? And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently in 4th place.
And after that effort, that's how it looks. And after that hole, they currently lead in 1st place with Jon Rahm in 2nd. There's always a sense of excitement striding onto the tee of a par 3 hole. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 11th.
Gotta like their chances from there.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
That wasn't your best effort, was it? 3 feet to go here to the hole. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Here we are, Rich, on the 12th tee at Emery Beach. And this par 5 is at 550 from the back tees.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the right-hand side comes into play if you really mishit it. But the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up and down birdie.
The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in Jon Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think Jon Rahm's name would be number one, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game, and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the Jon Rahm era right now. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4. Second shot here on their 13th hole. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
A little too cautious on that effort there, Luke.
And down it goes. And that fine play ensures they hold top spot on the leaderboard, with Jon Rahm trailing in second place. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Now pace this off. She's looking around 185.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Should find the green. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf. Now let's switch our focus to Collin Morikawa.
He's sitting there in the rankings at 4th.
An opportunity for a birdie here. It's on a good line. Just didn't drop. It's just about 3 feet away. That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. Leading by a couple after that hole. We've arrived at a par 4. Well struck. Playing from around 160 yards. Currently leading by 2. Going with the pitching wedge here. Tell you what, they've got their rhythm going there. That's another green in reg.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
And down it goes.
And just with the slimmest of leads out there, Luke, this will be interesting to see how they handle the pressure.
Now over to Collin Morikawa.
He's currently in 5th place.
Sitting at -3, currently tied for 5th place. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Still in the lead now after that hole.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Oh, what a shot by our leader.
Another green in regulation. This is an absolute clinic.
Always nice to have a birdie putt.
Looking good so far.
And that's 8 birdies today. That's a momentum maker, isn't it?
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Emery Beach Golf Club is another one of these courses, Rich, that has a short par 4 at 17th.
It does. As you can see, a massive bunker down the left-hand side. So players really want to bail out to the right and leave themselves with just a nice, short little pitch shot. Only the brave and the longest are really going to want to challenge this green. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Sitting at 9 under, currently leading. Didn't that look good for a long time? And here we are with the third shot. Currently leading by 3. How close was that to going down? And she needs this to save par. Well hold. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. She's currently in first position. Well, what a lovely position to be in, holding the lead, playing the last. Good luck.
Awesome stuff.
This shot from around the 200-yard marker. Currently leading by 2. Looks to be going with the 6 iron.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
Outstanding shot, high quality. Well, what an opportunity in front of her. This for the tournament. It's got a chance. Well, you got to take your hat off to them, Rich. Just an outstanding performance this week.
Luke, the victories, winning never gets old, but this is getting out of hand, isn't it? Another victory on the season.
And Henny, that was some impressive play. To take down a rival of that caliber and to win the event, what a performance.
Yes, Luke, we doubted them, but they got the job done and they took down their hero. The rivalry is theirs and theirs alone. And they can boast about this on social media for, wow, weeks now.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.